I mean, for us, I think we just really saw the gap in skills and in this whole process of trying to like get started and get busy from when you first get certified into actually having a full book of clients. You know, I think both from our personal experience, I know for me, I feel like the first 2 or 3 years of me training, like it was good and I was picking up things, but I look at how much time maybe I wasted not really 100% knowing what I was doing because I didn't have anyone hands-on. I was a good test taker, so I took the exam, I started working with clients. And you know, there's value, of course, in figuring things out, but if I could have learned from someone, if I could have had, you know, a course or any type of mentorship that really got me along faster, where I could make those connections, I know I would have gotten even busier with clients, and I feel like I would be further even now than I already am, you know. So the idea was like, if we can help others do that same thing, you know, learn from not only our mistakes, but also just from being hands-on, all the things that you can't pick up from a book, you know, the whole personal interaction with people, you know, people being afraid of selling, building relationships, and then of course actually working with clients, because it's a whole different thing when you watch the videos online. Even on NASM they do a great job with the videos, but it's totally different from when Jack or Sally's in front of you. Exactly. And you know, trying to pick up on like why something's happening, you know. So I felt there's just something missing. So it was kind of an easy choice for us on like why to start the academy, and then also like what's the benefit for people, you know. Sure. It's huge.
Yeah, it's come full circle for me, because when I first started, I saw the benefit in my mind of, oh, this is easy, I could do it online, this is quick, and I'm a good test taker, yeah. And it was bam, you know, I could just cram for the tests, and I took the test and passed the test, but then I was still left with, once I got the job, like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What's next?
You know, all these statistics and things that I've memorized aren't translating very quickly, and even though it was simple for me to pass a test, then going into doing it, I said, I wish I would have maybe gone a little bit farther with this. And I worked out myself, and I knew a lot about exercise, but training somebody else who's got different goals is something different. And so I wish I quantum leaped and took bigger steps and got there faster, so that way I would make more money. I would have more success in my career early on, but I think it took me a few more years to really figure it out and catch my groove. Not having a mentor, not having a program like Axiom that really gets you there much faster. And don't get me wrong, you can get great education from university systems, you can get great education from online courses, but this is gym level. You know, we're showing you exactly how to operate at the gym level.
And we're doing it.
And
right? We're doing it on a daily basis, which I think is huge. Being in a university environment, you talk for other academies, and most people teaching aren't actually training, or maybe they've never trained.
Exactly.
You know, so
I think you find a lot of that.
And we're testing the things out. Like I'm talking in class about clients that I trained this morning, you know, before I came to the course, and people get to come and actually observe and watch and say, okay, cool, I get to see what Joe's talking about.
Exactly right.
So it's just a whole different experience than doing it on your own. I mean, for me, I just see it as an investment, right? You know, you can invest in a crappy stock, knowing, you know, that you're getting what you're paying for, or hey, it might lead to something, versus saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to invest in something like Apple, you know, which is going to cost me more money, but I know what my return is going to be. I've seen it, I see it with other people who I know who've done it and used it. You know, and so I think for someone to have the opportunity to work with, you know, some individuals like us, not only just experience in the industry training, but, you know, having facilities, you know, as we're sitting here in your second facility right now too, there are certain things that someone's going to get out of the course that they just could never get from taking it on their own. Yeah. Not only the personal interaction, I think, in solidifying the information, which is huge to have someone to be able to bounce ideas and questions off of and learn from the other people in the class, but I really think also that this kind of almost mastermind mentorship that now is start to created. You know, I think about people who took the course 2 years ago who we're still in contact with, you know, either fielding questions from them, helping them, you know, find their next position. So I think you're buying into much more than just the certification. I think you're buying into the connection, the network, the ongoing learning that happens just beyond the course.
You know, I think for me, I think so many people get into it to take the path of least resistance. And they go for maybe what's cheaper, what's quicker, and then what they end up finding out is that they're ill-equipped, they don't feel prepared, they don't have the courage to go out and actually be successful with a career because they didn't get enough tools out of the gate, because they went with the online thing instead of maybe getting into a facility, making the connections, meeting the people who are in the field doing it. Not just instructors, but people who have facilities, people who are making this work. And giving those tools to know how to do the exercises and know what it's like to actually communicate with a client and know what it's like to even market yourself and get people to sign up for your services. And I just don't think you get that out of a textbook. So you go in thinking, I'm going to go for the path of least resistance, I'm going to do the cheapest certification possible, and then you come out and you actually lose money and you lose time because you can't ramp up fast enough. You can't get to the next level. You can't break through. And we've made so many mistakes already that I think when somebody comes to our program, yeah, it's a little bit more, but you're paying for all of our mistakes that we've already made.
Don't make the same ones we did. You're learning faster.
You're learning much faster. And a wise man said, success leaves clues. And so that's what we're giving. We're giving those clues of how to be successful a lot faster and return that investment.
Well, it's funny too, because I look at it the same way. Like we talk about with clients. Hey, a client is looking at or thinking about signing up for training. Well, you can either pay a little bit of money and get your membership, let's say at like a general gym, I'm not going to say any specific names, and you have access versus paying more money to work with someone like us or to work with a personal trainer and probably get a lot better success. And it's really, honestly, it's the exact same relationship with someone who wants to get started in personal training. Everybody needs a coach. The best coaches, the best programs, they're going to be a little bit of an investment, but that's because you're going to be able to, like you said, you're going to be able to make up that money faster, even if you're looking at it that way.
You're making big leaps, versus baby steps.
Absolutely, and I think it's almost essential, because if you're going to make it past that 6 to 12 to 16, 18 months in personal training, you want to be able to accelerate it, because it's tough no matter which way you go.
It's tough to get going.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a crowded field, and I think because it's so entry level, you have so many people getting into it, and that makes it harder to really stand out in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think the more motivation and encouragement and guidance you get out of the gate, the faster you're going to be able to kind of shine and stand out above the crowded field, because it is getting there.